This video was born completely unexpectedly. I was just observing my own habits in the kitchen, and then I thought to myself, when did I start doing that? So I came to the conclusion that your work has a huge impact on your life and on your habits. So in this video, I want to talk about the habits that I gain in the professional kitchen and which I apply in my daily life and in the kitchen here at home. First thing that comes to my mind, it's time management. It's so crucial. So in the kitchen, you always have things to do. You can run the service at the same time, do a sorbet base, and bake something in the oven. So it's always lots of things going on at the same time. And moreover, you always plan ahead while doing something. You think what you're gonna do next. When do I need to get this order done by when? I need this delivery to get by this date and things so on. So it's always like a mind factory going on inside you. What happens now, like while I, for example, even edit the video, I think, okay, what's gonna be next? And in terms of the kitchen, when it comes to baking at home, I always have my little mise en place list in the kitchen, even though it's kind of not necessary, but it's just kind of, I put my thoughts in order, so I just keep myself on track. And I also like to do this kind of notes because I have like a brainstorm all the time. I will forget everything, so whenever I think, oh, that could be a good idea, I just put everything down. That helps me a lot. Another very important thing that comes to my mind all the time when I'm at home in the kitchen is health and safety. The first lesson that we got at pastry school is always be careful with the tools you work. So for example, you would never ever leave sharp objects in the sink. For example, knife, that is big no. Even now, I always deal with the sharp objects very fast, clean them, put them in place. Or another common thing at home when I do, for example, if I boil something, I literally shout, careful, hot, mind your back. Those are very common recipe phrases in the kitchen, and I'm literally shouting, and my husband turns to me, it's like, okay, just calm down. It was interesting to notice that to myself. So one of the very simple but very useful discovery was a tape. The tape you can buy in any handyman store or a bigger supermarket. You can just tear it and write with the Sharpies. I'm a massive fan of Sharpies, and I have never been a Sharpie fan before, but it's just so useful. So when I work, even it's a simple thing, I like to know when the thing or can or the container was open. And I also use it for the freezer because, you know, that's kind of another republic. Sometimes you forget your things there. I know it's just a little thing, but I'm just in love with this tape. This point is leading to another one, is waiting up. I really like waiting up things. Like for example, if I'm baking something and if it's already late, at least what I can do, I can wait up things, my ingredients, and leave it. And I also use this tape to write what it is, expiry dates and things like that. So when next day I can and I have time, I just take everything, all the containers, and I just do it. It is such a lifesaver. I was never ever doing this before, but after seeing this working in the kitchen, in the restaurant, in the bakeries, it saves a lot of time. In one of the places I work, we used to have like a big bookshelf, and when I first saw it, it's like, well, the chefs, they don't have anything to do, so they read books. And then after being there and seeing the value of it, I completely changed. So whenever you have like a spare minute or on your breaks, we used to take these books and maybe talk with the colleagues and discussing about the recipes or the presentation, and I got lots of inspiration. So thanks to that, I like to have my bookshelf at home. I used to have books, but not that many, but now I see much more value in the books. So it's really nice to flip the pages, get inspiration, get the ideas, apply things, mix and match things, your ideas with the existing recipes. I think it's very important, so it keeps you going and keeps you motivated. So work uniform. But let's quickly remember what PPE is. So Chef White served a very basic goals to protect you and protect food from contamination. Most commonly, Chef Whites are white, but can be any other color. White naturally reflects heat instead of trapping it, so it helps you to stay cool while cooking. So you cannot show up like this in the kitchen. So first thing, hair. In many places like this is fine, your hair is tight, you can use some clips, but this is better like this. Yes, we are getting close. What's missing? The whole uniform. That looks much better. Few more things. Rings. This I can keep it. It's legally okay, but I tend to remove it. What else is missing? So basically at home I look more like this. Apron, covering my hair, no jewelry, more simple. So when I cook at home, I obviously don't wear my shelves, right? But I still keep this kind of thing to cover my head. When I cook something for someone else, I always put it. When it comes for myself, I'm more relaxed. When you work in the kitchen, you always deal with your deliveries. I like to take care of my own things, like taking them, putting in places, separating, portioning, and things like that. So now when I come back from the shop, I love sorting out my vegetables or herbs straight away. For example, I like to use the damp cloth to keep my herbs alive. So what I do, I just take them from the container, wash, rinse, and let it drain very well, and then fold it in a wet cloth, and this way you keep your herbs fresh and you know that it's completely clean. So very regularly in the kitchen you do your stock take. So what it means, you weigh up what you have and you list everything. So I love reorganizing my shelves, putting things that is close to expired in front, cleaning the containers constantly, checking the labels. I don't know, it's just unconsciously, but I just like to keep things in order, and especially the priority is to consume things that they are closer to expiry date. So one more very important thing, that I gain a very strong work ethics in the professional kitchen. I know that I'm responsible for my own section. I know that I will clean after myself. And when I work here at home, I treat my kitchen as a service kitchen. So I know what I do, I multitask. So it's kind of a little bit intense and I like to do things fast. And I know that I will be the one, cleaning the surface, cleaning the dishes and washing the floor and not leaving anything for tomorrow. Today that's over. Tomorrow you start fresh in a clean kitchen. By the way, do you prepare your clothes and bag a night before too? So in that case you don't waste any minute in the morning? Yes, that's my old habit from my early shifts too. So summarizing, I think what the major lesson that I learned in the kitchen that applies to your life, just work hard, be nice with people. Thank you very much for watching this video and see you in the next one.